Welcome to the Nerd Pow Wow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on characters, storylines, and theory crafting. With that said, we're going to be talking about Stranger Things today.
To a plan.
Can we weigh out a few more options?
I guess. We die.
Not even listening to each
With a burning passion.
We don't need a magic bean to climb.
That's an airplane.
Sorry, just we don't need it. A magic bean.
Oh man.
Stranger Things Part 2.
Stranger Things Part 2 and big time spoiler warnings. Make sure you cut through everything before you listen to this, because I think we're just gonna hop right into it, right guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been long enough. You guys should have watched it by now. Come on. And if you haven't, turn this off, really watch it, finish it. Actually, you know what? Spoiler free. Go ahead, Darkwayne, scale 1 to 10, where do you rank Stranger Things as an entire series?
It's up there for me. I would give it a good 8.
Solid 8. Mariah Bain?
I would.
You know, because it had such a high, then it dove and then came back up, like, because I didn't like some of the middle stuff. It was kind of slow.
Season 3 got a little...
Season 3. But, I mean, I'd probably put it with a good 7 or 8. I mean, it would be somewhere in the 7-8 range, maybe 7.5 if there's half in there in your rating.
You know, I was gonna give it a solid 8. Okay, a solid 8 out of 10. But the amount of time that they had the audacity to make us wait, my God.
We're
Well, you're right. We had to wait, 3 years, and then they give us 4 episodes all at once and made us wait another month.
Yeah. Yep.
And they made us wait.
I would say if you cross out, like, seasons 3, remove the arc where there was that weird girl in the city and they did that whole side thing. If you took that part out, I'd probably give the entire series a 9. I would give the series a 9. If you would have taken some of the filler out, some of the stuff, if you would have taken Susie out of there, solid 9, no problem. I hate Susie with a burning passion. The worst character in any media. Get Susie the hell out of here. A never-ending story. No, the story ends here. Susie, GTFO. We don't want to see you season 5, and that, my friends, is the best part about season 5 is no fucking Susie. Not that I feel strong about it, okay?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Susie?
You know, pretty good character, actually. I think she was very compelling, very deep, you know. Dusty Buns lady. Oh my God, no. Nope.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to talk about
right away from Susie, please.
I thought you were going to talk about 8.
Oh yeah, 8 too. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that arc.
But then they brought her back for season 5.
It felt shoehorned in. Like, I don't know. They just dropped that arc completely for so long, and like,
she was pivotal for 11 escaping at the end, guys.
Yeah, no, I really liked how they brought her back in. I think that they the idea of planting her early on as someone that was going to be a surprise comeback, like, made her seem like maybe she was insignificant in 3, only to bring her back. I think that I liked. I liked having this, like, it allowed for a twist that I didn't see. I tend to flush out twists in shows pretty early, and I didn't see that being her.
Well, yeah, because you didn't see the character for 8 years, John.
But I think the pretty fresh. But I just didn't. What I didn't like about season 3 wasn't so much that they encountered another one of the kids from the shop there, but was how they did it. I thought the costume designer in season 3 needed fired. I thought a lot of the interactions felt very just simplistic. It was overly simplistic and on the nose. I don't know. There was no nuance. A lot of Stranger Things had some really great nuance in the writing, and I liked that a lot. A lot of character emotions and heaviness, but I just didn't get that in season 3 because honestly, and to Kim's point is, if it weren't for season 3, I would have rated it much higher. Season 3 just lowered the average to me. I don't hate Susie. It's John. This John hates Susie.
I hate
Susie
Susie.
saved the day. Susie saved the day.
Man, if it was anybody else, the day would have been saved quicker. And I think, you know what? I'm going to say Eddie. I'm going to say that we wouldn't have had any losses, actually. Nobody had to have died at any point in Stranger Things. I'm putting all of these deaths at the feet of Susie. Yeah. For no good reason,
like Eddie,
other than I dislike
or Eddie Munson.
Like Eddie.
Yeah.
But Eddie decided to get killed by bats. It's okay.
Yeah.
Eddie was a phenomenal character, but I could Susie. I was like hit or miss with her. I didn't feel I didn't like love her or hate her. She was just a character. I don't know. I didn't feel any.
I don't know if Dustin's ever been a grade A, in my opinion.
Ooh, that might be a spicy take. You don't like Dustin?
So Dustin was a critical character. He was the brains. I don't know.
The thing I don't like is the sudden, like, he's got it all figured out, all this wormhole stuff. And I know they talked to their physics teacher and like he taught them all the stuff, but him having this so high level of knowledge on physics, and then also being like the tech radio guy / he's the barbarian that runs out there and fights angrily. I don't know. I can see where that could get a little bit.
You know what it reminded me of was the same kind of mechanism of he was too powerful with him and his like really intelligent. He was a cornerstone and they needed some weakness to the team. And it reminded me of how they kind of like nerfed the Hulk for the entire Thanos interactions. Like, oh, it's too much power. We need to like nerf him down and make him afraid or some shit. And he doesn't want to change, but it's the same kind of thing. But at the same time, I qualified it with like, I think that Eddie was such a like a powerful character to Dustin. He spoke to something that Dustin had never had the bravery to live up to, and he just wanted to fill that role that was missing and fill that void. And I really thought he did that well. Huh. It was a kid making all the mistakes of learning how to balance newfound bravery with old fears. You know what I mean? He overcompensated horribly and he paid the price repeatedly. But I think that showed some kind of like the folly of youth when you're trying to pursue or do that kind of growing pain or change.
I don't know if I agree with Siren Storm's take.
Oh, I don't know. Dustin and Steve, I don't know. The age gap would make that a little creepy. What was that? What was the ice cream? Rockin' Robin.
Oh, yeah, Rockin' Robin.
Her commentary to Steve when Dustin came to the ice cream shop. Are you friends? Are all of your friends children? So funny.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Robin, they are.
Yep.
Now, Robin's part of the group too.
Yep. Absolutely.
And how did Max graduate high school while she was in a coma for 2 years?
Well, that wasn't.
She wasn't a good student to begin with.
Yeah, but how long was it? Was it 2 years story wise, canonically in the story?
I think it was probably just a year. I'm thinking a year.
Oh man!
I also believed that Eddie was going to come back in some way. I really did.
I thought they were going to do the Cass arc with D&D and make that it kind of rhyme like that in that way, right? Where Cass Vecna's vampire general guy. You know, Eddie got taken out by upside down vampire bats. Like, I really wanted to see a moment he just comes in and fucks Vecna up. But
I thought that would have been great, but I also didn't mind that they left him dead, because it is a very big thing that they do nowadays. Nobody stays dead anywhere, comics, movies. So sometimes that cheapens the sacrifice that they made and things like that. So I don't hate it. I would love to see the guy come back, because I freaking loved him. But story-wise, it lets his tragedy remain tragic, you know?
I think what Max is talking about theories is the 11 is still alive theory.
There's that.
And
8 was actually still alive and using her powers to cast a projection.
They absolutely. I
think they spelled that out at the end. I think to me it feels like they spelt it out at the end of the episode. That like hour-long end scene like that. To me, the end was a little gratuitous. I don't know about you guys, but it felt a little bit too long-winded. The end of
good. Yeah, they didn't need an hour to say goodbye, and that's kind of what they did.
Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I do think that she survived. I don't think that's just like the kids' wishful thinkings. Mainly because of the machines, the dampeners were on.
Yep, she couldn't use her powers anyways.
The dampeners on. That wouldn't have worked. So, of course, at the same time, she was far enough away. That's what it was. The wounded, she was wounded and far enough away where the dampeners weren't affecting her.
Yeah, because they showed 11 on the truck going back, but I doubt she was ever on that truck.
Yeah, I think it was a projection from 8. You know, if there's a good argument for that. I like that it does the D&D like minor illusion type thing. Like, okay, all right, cool. You know, so the ending I'm choosing to believe is that 11's still alive and living with the triple waterfall. So,
all right, because Kimchi says in Sweden.
Yeah, in Sweden.
I will say that, like, part of what you're calling the long-winded exit, I didn't mind it because we waited so damn long for between seasons that I'm like, give me every little bit that I can get about what happened to these people. But I really did like the idea of the younger kids coming down and playing D&D. I thought that was kind of cool, like handing
kind of patching at the torch.
That kind of made me want to know more, to see more into those kids, though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the spinoff was going to be.
I almost wish the spinoff was the next generation, or not really a generation, but the next age group, going on. It would have been nice to see that. Even if it was like a couple like a mini movie or a mini series that was like their campaign. You know what I mean? Them playing the campaign, and where you could like visualize the campaign out. You know how they do that in some D&D shows. They show the characters dressed up as the things. Even something like that would have been kind of cool. I'd like to have seen that.
Yep. Well, one of my friends was like, "Hey, what they should have done with the ending is when they were doing the final fight scene, which we can go to a little bit more detail on that. But the final fight, it would have been really cool if like they did shots where it was like something happens in the final fight, and then they go back to the original season, that D&D game that they were playing, and show like something that correlates, right? Like the fireball or whatever happened in that, like." Kind of extend that final battle, because to me it felt a little bit short. I think the final battle.
Yeah, you don't think it was like short and sweet though, instead of being this long drawn out?
I think because of the hour-long ending that we got, I would have rather that been half hour and the fight to have been at least like 20 minutes longer, or just longer. Just a little bit more. And you know what? They did succeed in one thing, and I think they did a good job making it feel like a D&D fight, right? Like everybody in the party has a role to play, and everybody's vitally important. So that part I think they nailed.
Yeah, and I love the idea of of what one party is doing impacting the other party so significantly. I've always liked that dynamic. I've played in a few D&D campaigns, or more. It was more TSR's Marvel campaign, but where we had several stations. And what happened at one station with one DM would affect the other table. That was cool.
yeah.
That was neat. They passed notes back and forth. It just made for really cool campaigns. I don't know. I really liked it. So that felt really familiar to me.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
Yeah, so that was all of Vecna's creatures combined together, wasn't it?
what?
Fighting or the ending Mind Flayer.
Well,
I guess it would have had
Because
to
where
have
were
been,
the-
because where the hell were the Demogorgons,
That
the
was my point.
Demodogs,
Or
the
the
freaking
Demogorgons.
bats? Where was all that shit at the final fight? Like, out on vacation? Maybe the Mind Flayer fused with everything else, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
And it did seem, as bad as Vecna was, it seemed like they did kill him off pretty easy.
Well, I think that two things. I think that some of the creatures are missing because that other realm where those things are was a completely different planet. So geographically, those, like the bats, for instance, wouldn't be native to every region of that planet. Just like any kind of animal here, it would only be in that place where that creature was residing was a pretty barren wasteland. I think that's probably symbolic of why it was dormant, because that area of the planet was pretty lifeless.
That's fair.
And he was using Vecna as a vessel himself, or I'm genderizing the thing I shouldn't be, but it was using Vecna as a vessel itself to come back to life and to fully function and to give it another planet to feed on. Or attack or dominate or whatever. So, I think there's a lot of stuff you can kind of shoehorn in there canonically to make it work as to where some of these creatures were missing from. Because I can't imagine the Demogorgons they're kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say reptilian, but they seem like something that would be from something hot and tropical, or
like a
moist.
jungle, or even like a bog or something like that. It could be, or
yeah, I can't imagine them running through a desert wasteland. I feel like they'd be dried out. There's salivas everywhere. They're nothing in the desert.
They're very
is
wet
like that.
creatures.
Yeah,
I get that.
Well, they're almost like plant. I mean, obviously they're very plant-like, so they just seem kind of like they'd need something a little lush and more green.
They hate the heat. That's right.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a scene where they were like, where Vecna was like, to me, my Demogorgons, and they were like, nah, Will blew us up, sorry, or something, like, we only got to see 3 Demogorgons blow up. I wanted to see Will popping them like freaking grapes all across the Upside Down,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with cold, but I'm not familiar with squidgy.
They need cold and squidgy.
They need a cold and squidgy environment.
Applying it to Demogorgons, I now have a better self-definition of whatever squidgy is than I had before. But,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, I don't know. I really loved the whole series, though. I mean, and I liked how it ended out. I even liked the stuff that people were universally like, there's things that were going on in the 80s that would have been way bigger deals than they are in today's world. And they gave that attention. I liked that they gave that attention. It added to the realism of them being in that time. It gave it the appropriate weight. I thought they did it. I thought they did it flawlessly. It's just people just tend to be a little small-minded right now, and that hurts. It hurts the effectiveness of that kind of good writing.
Yeah, no, I think they did good, trying to make it look the era. I mean, things were disgustingly brown in the 80s, and they did a good job conveying that in Stranger Things. With the buyer's residence having all that wood paneling in the living room, and, they did good. They did good.
Speaking of that, the mom. What was her name? The one that got
Joyce, I think.
What's that?
Yeah, Joyce.
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 Her the one I'm talking about. No. I'm talking about the one that got attacked by the Demogorgon.
That's
That's
not
not-
Joyce.
Is that Joyce? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Joyce
I'm
Wheeler.
terrible. What's that?
Yeah, Joyce Wheeler.
Wheeler, Mrs. Wheeler. Okay, that's what it is. Is I'm ringing with Mrs. Wheeler more than I am Joyce. But I liked her
Oh.
kind of thing too.
Karen. It's Karen Wheeler. Sorry.
Karen.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
it's
Like I
Joyce
said-
Byers and Karen Wheeler.
Yeah.
that's
all right,
not-
all
Joyce
right.
was the yeah.
Kimchi.
That's what's throwing me up. I'm like, it's not Joyce. But but I liked her kind of like in the background thing too. She went from being this like unhappy, borderline adulteress type, woman to being this like badass fighting for her kids and doing, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. She had a little like growth in whatever arc too. It's good writing when a minor character like that has such a significant growth throughout the series. And I just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the dad really seemed like an 80s dad.
Yeah, I love the dad so freaking much. He's 80s sitcoms dad all the way.
Oh, all day long.
Just curmudgeonly,
nailed
man,
that.
like, you fucking disgust me, kids. Just like,
Right.
ugh.
And like, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Oh, she's at her friends. Where's
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
80s
man.
dad.
Leave me alone.
Present.
Oh, no, my wife's going to buy more hairspray. What an awful life that guy had. What an awful...
And
a mortgage
the
that's
character death,
probably
I
in the
really-
$200 a month. My gosh.
It was hilarious.
I was upset when Bob died. I liked
Yeah,
Bob.
I like Bob.
Bob was awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I
death,
guess-
I like
we didn't have a lot of death in season 5.
No.
no, except for the Demogorgons.
Demogorgons, well, we had 8 died, right? We had 8 died, which
Did she? Did she?
Yeah.
She's using her power to get 11 away.
she
Yeah,
died
but
after
the-
that. It all
upside down
collapsed on top
collapse.
of her. She's dead. And if she's not, she's dead. I hate her. She's gone.
Yeah.
That plot line over.
Yeah.
No, you
But
didn't
yeah,
hate her. You hated Susie.
Nope,
Susie.
I hate all of them. I hate all the things I don't like.
I feel bad about Bob. I have a hard time with that actor because he's either Rudy or Samwise. Like they're not even saying it in the chat.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I see it. This like this the little try hard sidekick kind of guy. I don't know. It's like the role he plays in.
Mohawk guy, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy Max's brother.
Oh shit.
Oh, Mohawk guy.
Did he have a mohawk or did he have the freaking, what is it? Mullet.
Oh, yeah, I think he had the mullet. Yeah.
Yep, the Jerry Curl mullet. He was rocking that out,
A mullet is really close to a mohawk. It's just wider on top and not all the way down to skin on the
Don't
side.
you
It's very
dare,
similar,
Mariah Bain. Don't you dare. I've rocked a mohawk,
That's mullet.
never a mullet. My God.
Well, that's called a skullet.
What was the name of the girl that died in the first season in the
Barb.
pool?
It was Barb.
Yeah, but that death was probably one of the most like kind of gut wrenching
Yeah.
deaths in a way. Like it felt ominous when she died, and then we see her later on, looking all bad.
Yeah. Season 1 did horror really well compared to the other seasons.
And I really felt the impact of her loss. Up until Eddie, a lot of the loss in that was not as impactful outside of those two. I mean, Bob dying, whatever, Samwise was always on the edge of death anyway. But yeah, I just thought that was probably one of the most poignant deaths in the series.
Yep. Oh
No,
man.
one character, Jim Hopper, played by David Harbour.
Yep.
He's played in a few movies. I think it was Violent Night that he
Yeah.
That was a really good role for him.
Yeah.
I like David Harbour.
Yeah.
I see him popping up everywhere when I'm going back and watching shows. Like he didn't really stand out as much. Like I just rewatched the show Banshee.
Was he in Banshee?
What's that?
He was in Banshee?
Yeah. He was the
You're kidding me.
He was the guy that was trying to recruit what's his face to become part of the government like badass guys. He was the one had him in the room, had the shirt and tie on, when they're looking for the Asian
I'm gonna
guy
have to rewatch
that got there. Yeah, it's him. It's absolutely him.
Wow.
Yeah, I just see him popping up all over the place. Like I'm like, holy shit, that's Harbour.
He was just a wallflower of that scene or whatever. And yep. I don't know about you guys, but it took me a little while in season 5 before I could see him as anything other than Red Guardian.
He was
I don't know.
Red Guardian.
I agree.
I get it, but I think that I think the Harbour does a good enough job of separating his characters.
No, I agree. I agree.
Get it,
but I think I lost seeing that character as Hopper for a while, and it took me a little while to get that back because I'd seen him as Red Guardian, 2-3 movies since then?
Yeah.
So
for three appearances.
Yep. Netflix juicing us all out of all of our subscription money. We'll make Stranger Things next year. You just keep your subscription going. We'll let you know when it's released. Don't you worry.
Yeah, and it should have been opposite for everybody, Kimchi, because I'm not a big fan of the Red Guardian character. I'm really glad that it seems like Marvel is starting to get away from the trying to be overly comedic. Even Red Guardian in the Thunderbolts, he was still kind of ridiculous. It's part of his nature, like in the the character they developed for the MCU. Yeah. But he was not near as over the top as he was in Black Widow. He wasn't as it wasn't quite the same. But
no,
I think they did with Red Guardian kind of what they've been doing with DC and taking some of their lesser known heroes and characters and hey, you know what? We're going to kind of warp this guy a little bit and, breathe some life into this character, use the property, but, give it a more comedic twist because nobody's really going to know the difference. Kind of like Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. That character is so much better than he could ever have been in the comic books.
Polka Dot Man.
And honestly, you can't have Red Guardian like he is in the comics and US Agent in the same show because they're very similar characters. The Red Guardian in the comics is like a poor man's Captain America. He's Captain America for Russia, but he or the Soviet Union at the time, but he always aspired to be Captain America and he was just never quite there. And that's really the story of US Agent. So if you were to do this both how they are in the 616, it would be redundant. It would feel redundant.
Yeah.
So they had to do something there for sure.
Or US Agent.
I did not like the way they I did not like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought that it was really the pacing was really bad in the series, but I loved John's arc because that works. This guy really wanted to be Captain America. He wanted to be the All-American, he wanted to be the guy.
Yeah.
And when faced with it, he just wasn't the guy and he just went to pieces, starts doing horrible shit, decapitating people with the shield. And they could have done it a little bit better than they did it in the show because in the comics, it's a very similar arc in the comics is when he becomes Captain America, they release his information of who he really is, and this group of villains basically kill his parents off, and it starts really sending him down a dark path. He starts really going hard into the Punisher-esque type persona. Yeah. And I thought they did a pretty good job of that because and then he comes back. He finally gets his shit together. I don't know if it's therapy or what, but he gets his shit together and he starts trying to be a hero again. And you could see that in the Thunderbolts. You could see this guy trying to be a hero again, even though he is damaged. And I thought they were doing a pretty good job with the character.
I think that's what they did good with Thunderbolts, is just showing those damaged Marvel characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of their answer to the Suicide Squad, but hey, it just is what it is.
The Red Guardian was sad boy.
Sad boy.
Sad boy.
In his poorly fitting suit.
I relate sometimes.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think for spin-offs? What do you want to see for spin-off for the Stranger Things? I want to
see
one.
I want to see
Not
Delightful Derek's D&D campaign. That's what I want to see.
Seriously, I would love to see that.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. I mean, Vecna's dead. I do like the idea of maybe more life from that planet trying to, they can evolve the planet again without the creature. There could be more of that creature. There could be more whatever. You can have holes still. You can have, getting going back and forth between the two. I would lose as much as I love the Upside Down. The Upside Down was one region in the between the two locations. So lose the Upside Down, or at least lose the Upside Down that was their Upside Down. It would have to be a new Upside Down wherever the new geographic area is. But
yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of potential. They can go that route. They could just go the route of another one of those kids having a whole different kind of adventure. With that power,
Because Dr. K is probably not going to stop her experiments and finally figure out how to create something.
Jim and Joyce living in Montauk.
That could be too.
Yeah. But they got to have, what's his name? Who's the Russian smuggler guy? I'm terrible at
Murray.
names. Murray. You got to have Murray.
Oh yeah, there's got to be a Murray spinoff. That'd be great.
Oh, and the doctor, the teacher that helped them all the time.
Oh yeah,
the teacher.
Yeah, but no, just Murray and Joyce and Jim. Yes, the Merry Christmas. Because I was thinking, literally thinking of him living in a mobile home outside of Joyce and Jim's house. It's like, shitter's full.
Or not a popular opinion, but what if Susie makes a comeback?
Yeah, what if that happens?
The whole
Susie, I need your help again. I need your help.
Oh, it's all about Susie. That's where she disappeared in 5 because she was abducted, and now she's the main character of Stranger Things. It's called the spin-off's actually called Susie Things.
Susie Things. I hope the BBC does a Stranger Things version of the show, kind of like they did with The Office, right? Where they took Our Office and they Britishized it a little bit. So they would take Stranger Things, and the new the TV title would be a bit odd, isn't it?
You know how many British people you just sent through the roof, right?
I know.
Them taking Our Office.
Look, I'm rage baiting for our YouTube clips. That's what that is.
I don't even know if there's ever been a property that we've made that they've made their version of after we've done it.
Bye, Kimchi.
But I wonder if there ever has been a police show. Why?
Well, I think they took our football and they changed the name or something.
Oh, Kimchi's not leaving.
I forgot to take a Grammy out of the oven. Oh my god, I didn't catch it. I just kind of glazed over it.
I only read Grammy out. I thought taking her to the store or something. I didn't it open.
I forgot to take my Grammy out.
Oh,
Shit. Reading comprehension is not one of the specialty while we're doing the podcast.
Nope.
all right. Take Grammy out of the oven right now. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Only a Meemaw.
Only a
Meemaw, get out, please, no!
Mammoth only go in the grill. His Grammy's in the oven. Mammoth's in the grill.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I think a spinoff would be Dipshit Derek with Holly. And then Dr. K creates something, she's got to find a way to get 11 or 8's blood somehow. Or even 1's blood, who knows?
And thinking of that, I'm really dating myself here, but there was a series with Jessica Alba way back called Dark Angel.
Yeah.
It had a very similar premise where they were genetically altering kids to make super soldiers, blah, blah, blah. But I could see something of that nature where they are developing, trying to replicate the process and being stopped by another one of the kids. That would be kind of cool. It would be kind of neat.
Absolutely.
And boy, does what's her face do nasty ornery sergeant or general or whatever she was, and again, what's her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
No, that's like.
It's about Dr. K. Linda Hamilton.
Oh shit! Damn it! Damn it! I do that. I don't know why, but I can't. They're this.
I thought you were.
They were both in Arnold movies. Does that count?
I thought you were intentionally trolling. I had no idea.
No, that's. I don't know why, but I do that. Those two actresses, I flip flop because they're a little samey, a little bit. Oh,
now you're talking about Linda Hamilton, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver for sure.
Yeah, she's an alien. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, aliens, robots. What's the real difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just I'd like to see more of that. But
yeah,
Bro thought he was watching Avatar.
But that's another thing that happened in that show that I really liked is 11 created a nemesis in the 5th season. The one soldier guy was just a soldier guy. He's following orders or whatever, but the way she handled him and the way and stuff like that, she created this nemesis and really darkened him up, and it was 100% her fault. So I liked seeing that too. That was another really just that's what I talk when I talk about nuanced writing. It was just a little flavor that made it so much deeper and thicker and better than your average writing. That's what's great.
Yeah.
I didn't
do it again, Al.
What I'm saying is that I liked the way it was written. But yeah, I just wouldn't have left him alive. That was the difference.
Should have double tapped that one. My gosh.
Yeah. Double tap is the best way to go. Don't ever leave. If someone's chasing you with the intent of killing you, never leave them alive behind you. Why? Why would you ever do that? They did what they had to do, but don't leave them alive. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. But
it was Vecna's. If Vecna would have killed Will a long time ago, he probably would have won. But he kept
Vecna, I'm tired after digging all these holes.
Exactly, Kimchi. But yeah, trying to dig in all these holes. But yeah, he couldn't because as we found out later.
Yep.
He had a purpose for Will.
Well, Will was digging all those holes.
I'm jealous of the people.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous of the people that are going to be able to start watching Netflix and just burn through the entire thing. Watch it. You know how much relevant certain things are going to feel to them when they're like going straight, when they're just binge watching it. They're going to be like, oh yeah, it's because of this. And I'm like, yeah, we had to wait 42 years.
That's actually what
they had to clone the actors so that we had younger versions of them.
That's actually what Brandy's doing right now. She's on season 3.
Oh, Brandy got to do that. That's great. Good for Brandy.
What's that?
Because she never watched Stranger Things.
Oh,
so when I finished season 5, she started from the beginning and is watching it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little jelly of that. That would be. But I have shows that I purposely don't watch because I just want to wait till it's all over.
Yeah.
Because it kills me that I do with books too. I'll wait until an entire series is written.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Time series did that to me. I was reading them as they were coming out. Then the guy's mom passed and he took a sabbatical, was off for like 6 years or something like that before the next book. He comes back. He's writing completely differently. The books are not as good. And then he kicks off before it's done. And some other guys that were some like super fans, like basically finished off the series for him. Found his notes and everything else. But,
I'm not patient enough for that. I saw that Trigun Stargaze has their second season. They just started putting episodes out, so I'm on top of it. I'm gonna have to just wait. I'm just gonna have to wait
watch every week.
I'm gonna watch every single week, just like it's a Saturday morning cartoon, you know. But
there's a couple things I'm watching right now that I have to do that with.
Yep.
Landman is one of them. We like watching Landman, but we have to wait once a week.
Well,
what's Landman
what's
about?
Funny about that Landman show? I'm enjoying the show as well. I like what's his face?
Billy Bob Thornton.
No, the guy who writes it. He's done Yellowstone and all those other things. I can't think of the director's name, but he's like everything done right now. Every good series, he's pretty much putting it out when it comes to drama type shows, not sci-fi or fantasy. But anyway. Every time I try to watch something else, even though I'm caught up on Landman, it tries to play Landman as the next episode of whatever I'm doing. They're pushing that show so hard.
They really are.
If I finish watching an episode of something that I got to wait another week for, the play next is Landman, and I'm like, it's actually making me not want to watch it. It's pissing me off so much.
This is the first I'm hearing about Landman. I think.
I think you would like it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of different parts. Ali Larder's in it. And Ali Larder's part's hilarious. So it's a good show. It's got Billy Bob Thornton as the main character.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Taylor Sheridan, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
He does. The guy's doing like everything nowadays, but although even with him, he's starting to get a little predictable in his tragedy. Like I like the realism of a lot of his tragedy before. I thought it was entertaining and real and heavy, and it was just well done. But now it's getting a little bit like, all right, who's going to have the horrible thing happen next? Like it isn't quite like that, but yeah.
Yep. Something I picked up, Laura and I picked up, and we binged through was His and Hers. I thought the show was really good. I heard earlier, John, you had said that it had some mixed reviews and stuff, but I thought it was really interesting. I liked the way they took the story. John Bernthal as a police officer just feels right. Like it's an easy role for him to play. Like it makes sense.
Again.
He played it before.
The one scene I watched and I was like, I wish I could do that at fucking work. He just walks. He's walking into an office and another police officer like goes to like hand him something. He's like, he like takes it and he's like, all right, fuck off. And he just goes into his office. It's like, man, I want to do that. Like, like he's obviously like got something on his mind. He's thinking doing the next thing. It's just like, I can't deal with you. Fuck off. Let me do my thing. But no, I thought the show was good. I thought the show was good.
It's like one of those things you almost like lead it with no offense, but fuck off. Like he's
a very abrasive character. I don't think there are many characters that I liked in that show. They're all kind of bad people, like in their own little ways. And that, it's like through it, you're just like, oh, all these people kind of suck. but I liked it. It felt like real people in a real show. So I don't know.
I'm kind of hurting for a new show that in the sci-fi fantasy realm. There isn't. I mean, I know Starfleet Academy is coming out tomorrow, but there isn't a lot out in going right now, and I'm a little bummed about it. I mean, I like drama procedural type things too, but not as much as I like things that are fantastical.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I'm not a big fan of the Game of Thrones spin-off House of Dragon.
No,
just not a fan. Although the new one looks good. There's a new one where this peasant-like kid has become a knight, and he's trying to win prestige to become a knight for the House Targaryen. So that one's got some potential. I like that. That kind of like a commoner becomes a knight story arc and how that goes. He's got this little kid as a squire and it just looks, that one's got potential to me. I forget what it's called, but oh no, you're gonna fire her up again.
She said he's Will the Wise, and I said, well, she said, fight me.
Come on. Without Will, though, they wouldn't have defeated Vecna.
Yep, they sure shoehorned
He was the
that
main,
plot line
he was
in,
the
didn't
main
they?
part of it.
And
I don't know.
that scene when he fully realized his powers, that was like a hell yeah moment.
It was
like,
a good scene. Yeah,
his eyes go white and he's all
He broke Vecna's leg.
He just
Kimchi, I thought you were 4'11".
But
just one palm forehead and
yeah, just the hand on top of the head. Yeah.
All right. Come on, back off.
Let me at him! Let me at him! Oh man!
Oh shit!
Great stuff.
But,
right.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, I don't know. I really like that scene. I liked it when he starts crunching them up the way that Vecna crunched people up. I really, because that's a good effect they did, and they were good. It was wise to use that again when they start breaking people out like that.
Yeah. Wayne, have you played any of the PTB for Dead by Daylight that has the Stranger Things DLC in it?
Not yet. No.
I played it
don't.
once, and I played as Vecna, and it was very difficult. I did really bad, but it feels like Vecna. It's like he goes into the Upside Down and has like a lot of map control. But
Because I usually don't play the betas. I just wait till it all comes out.
yeah, yep. But it was nice seeing little Dusty Buns running around and some Steves and. You got Eddie in there, which well, with the Stranger Things DLC and Dead by Daylight having Eddie in it, I was really expecting him to come back in season 5. Like I was like, oh, they wouldn't release him as a character if he wasn't going to come out, but I guess it makes sense. He's just such a beloved character, and like I promise you, when I play Killer, if I see an Eddie on a team. They just get to live. I'm not going to kill that player. They're going to escape.
No, Eddie died.
No, Eddie doesn't die. Not in any game that I play as Killer. Eddie's going to make it out.
I am surprised they picked Eddie as a character. I mean, I would think they'd have 11 in that thing. But
they didn't put 11 in there?
No. Unless they're
going
to
put 11 in there with no powers, because the game the
oh no,
it's
so the main survivors are Dustin and 11. Robin is an 11 skin, I think, and Dustin Eddie is a Dustin skin.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
That's how they did it.
Gotcha. That'd be interesting. And then Vecna is a Vecna.
We have Vecna and Vecna in Stranger Things too, or in Dead by Daylight as well.
The D&D Vecna and the
Vecna and Vecna,
but I think he's the first in Dead by Daylight, and it's like the first killer. No, that was the Trapper. The first Vecna? No, that was Vecna from D&D. So what is he the first of, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, did they make a second Demogorgon?
I hope they
Did
release
they
a
have
Demogorgon
D&D
skin.
one and then a Stranger Things one?
You know what? That'd be cool if they did a D&D Demogorgon skin. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Because they could make that work, I think. Yeah. Because the D&D Demogorgon, it's like a two-headed, like, demon thing with, like, little tentacles or whatever, right? Or something like that.
They need a Mind Flayer, too.
Yeah.
Mind Flayer is wildly different.
Yeah. They're all
The
different.
Mind Flayer is kind of with Baldur's Gate. It's Mind Flayer is not as unique as like a Demogorgon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, let me find this goofball.
Yeah, he's throwing a picture of the D&D one.
Yeah.
Yeah, show him, find that goofball.
That goofball.
Yeah, I know what he looks like. I just wanted to look at it. Just look at it again.
Here, we'll put the 4th
Yeah.
edition version of him up there.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
Yeah, the baboon head.
A baboon. That would
Yeah,
be cool to have
upside
him.
down.
Yeah,
you think
he's
he gets that wildly giant pink butt when he's in mating season?
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. The Demogorgon, rooting at the ground to make a portal and just see his big red rump in the air while he's doing it.
Yeah. All right, we need to make that happen.
Kimchi, that is too a Demogorgon. Do you want to know what a Mind Flayer looks like?
Yeah, of course she does.
We'll get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mind Flayers are radically different.
It's Spooter Alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got little tentacles in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's Cthulhu.
Well, they were based on Cthulhu myth when they were designed.
Yeah.
The Mind Flayer. Absolutely take that. That's a known thing that they were pulled from. Oh my god, I hate me in names.
H.R.
I've
Martin.
lived to get a story arc my entire life, but no, who's the
R.S. Salvatore.
author?
Stephen
No.
King.
I hate you.
It sucks because I know the name. I just can't remember. I just can't think of it off the
H.P.
top of my head.
Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh,
That's it.
Lovecraft. Yeah. Speaking of that, there was a show that was really good that they took too fast. It was based on H.P. Lovecraft. What was that called? They canceled it, and it was really good. Oh, Lovecraft Country. But it was literally called Lovecraft.
Oh,
It was a good show. It was.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it got canceled because the main character was Jonathan Majors. But,
Well.
yeah, it may have been, or it might have been. I don't think it was really well received, but it was.
Yeah.
I liked the show. It was good.
That could have
but
been their
it's another
Major's flaw.
Lovecraftian- What's that?
That could have been their Major's flaw,
Yeah,
having that actor.
yeah, but
and he really screwed stuff up for himself, didn't he?
yeah, I did
Yep.
majorly.
Yeah.
But
All right, nerds. Anything other Stranger Things? I mean, I think we covered all of season 5. That all the stuff we enjoyed.
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you think?
There's a period in time when when Billy became a pretty popularized character in Stranger Things. There's like a small generation where there are these younger kids who have their hair the exact same and they do like the mustache and they like mimic that exact style. And there's like a
sure
tiny
do.
blip where there's like resurgence of that for just a little while. And it's the strangest things. There's a couple kids that I've seen that like, I know where you got your look from because that wouldn't be from anywhere else. Nowhere else.
Just go some of the kids in high school. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
yeah.
Like, boop.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, nerds, this was a great topic to talk about. What a good, fun show.
Heck yeah.
And what are we talking about next week, gamers?
I'm excited for next week because we're going to talk about Tron. We're going to go back all the way to the 80s, talk about the first one, and then the two that have come out here in the last few years. We're going to have a special guest, Scott Vargas.
Hey, we get Vargo. Let's
like
go.
me after this episode. That episode.
Scott Vargas is excited.
I really hope Scott likes me after that episode.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm just. I have.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be a fan of a lot of my opinions.
You know, what I liked about the first Tron movie is like there are guys like, I'm an accounting program. What am I doing here? And it's so silly and goofy. I like that. Yeah. Tron Ares. I just did. You guys watch Tron Ares yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched it.
Wayne?
Yeah.
No, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll save my opinions for next week.
Yep.
I'm going to binge watch them this week.
You guys watched the Headland one, right? The Tron Legacies?
Yeah.
And then there's this series, isn't there, that came out a while back?
Sort of. Yeah. And there's
haven't gotten to that.
They have some other canonical things that are actually part of canon. They did like a book series, and there's a prequel thing, but it all ties together as well as cut shoestrings. Just ridiculous.
And that might be the point. That might be what they're trying to do. Who knows?
No, I this new one felt like, and I'll repeat this next week, but I feel like what's his name? The main character of Ares.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. I feel like Jared Leto really wanted to be Tron. Like, he loved the original movie. He wanted to be Tron. So because he's the main producer of Ares. I think he got behind it because he wanted to be Tron. So he made a movie where there's no Tron, and he's basically Tron. That's what I feel like they did. And it's all just pining to his ego for to being that.
Can't wait for next week. I think we're all going to go to blows on this. I think we will, because I came out with a completely different perspective. Oh man, this is going to be great. We're going to blows. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this.
I'm excited. I haven't seen the last two movies yet, so I'm going to binge watch everything. I'm going to start from the 80s. I'm going to binge watch everything this week. So
you can watch them in any order. They don't matter.
That is fair.
I did hear that. Is it Destiny? Is that the second one? But, I was heard you don't have to watch the 80s one. You could just watch the last two and kind of have a good idea of what's going on.
That's true, but in the 80s one had that Disney kind of slow, weird vibe that they did with movies like The Black Hole, and those kind of movies had this weird pacing to them. And I'm a big pacing thing. I say pacing a lot, but I'm a big thing about pacing when I'm watching a show. And they're kind of hard to push through sometimes. Like, there's lots of things about the Black Hole movie that I liked.
Yeah,
there was some neat stuff, but God, is it difficult to? It's like reading the Lord of the Rings. Like, I really like the story, but sucks to read.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, I've read 40 pages and the story has not moved along. Like, what the hell?
All right, nerds, it's been great. We'll catch you guys later. Au revoir.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you guys. Thanks for joining us, everybody.